Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the Truth. I'm going to welcome you to my channel, all my subscribers, my future subscribers, all my, hey, let me check this dude out, all my scallywags, peaches, triggers, lovers, haters, and commenters. Each and every one of you, I appreciate you for stopping by my channel. Well, today I am in Bacon, and I happen to stop at 7-Eleven, and my plan was to set up my tripod here and see how many people who I can interview here in front of 7-Eleven. Well, I was in 7-Eleven, and it didn't take that long, and I met, tell everybody your name?
Joy.
Joy.
Yeah.
How old are you, Joy?
26.
Okay, tell everybody what you do.
I'm here in the 7-Eleven for find for other foods here inside, but nothing.
Okay, but you are a student.
Yeah, I'm student.
Yeah, what are you studying?
Humanity, like films.
News?
No?
No, what is humanity? Tell me what you learned.
Learn on the philosophy and science, mathematics, communication like that of instant.
Okay, and how long is the course? How long you gotta be in school? And what is it? Do you get a degree or something like that, or what?
Degree.
Okay, and what is it you want to be?
To meet for
What's your career goal?
career good for my future. Like I finish school.
Okay. Go ahead. Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes.
How many?
One brother and 4 sisters.
4 sisters.
Yeah.
Are you the youngest or the oldest or the prettiest? Which one?
Second.
Second.
I have my first sister, but it's half mother. I'm young. I'm first for my
Parents.
parents, my mother.
Okay. Firstborn. We call it firstborn.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And how old are you again?
26 years old.
26. And you're not married?
No, I'm single.
Oh, yeah. How come you're not married? Most Filipinos around your age are married already. Why not you married?
My full name like that because my full name is Joy Patrimonio Not Magaling. So that is I'm fixed that, but maybe rather now.
Maybe later, huh?
Oh yeah.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
No? Oh, okay. So you're just a single woman. So tell my foreigner friends, what do a 22-year-old, you're 22?
26.
26.
Yes.
What does a 26-year-old do in the Philippines?
26 years old, maybe I focus my own future and also for my studying and my life. Good and nice.
Okay, and you said you would like to visit the United States, yes?
Yes, but I don't know.
Well, tell us, what do you know about the United States, Joy? What do you know? What have you heard about the United States?
Maybe that is so respect a lot of people, or maybe many.
You have some pretty teeth.
Thank you. Maybe that is new trending or random of inside of this. Maybe I don't know.
What?
So I need for.
Well, let me ask you this: do you watch American movies, or you watch K movies, Korean movies, Japanese movies? What do you watch?
I'm watching for the comedian movie like drama, Destiny like that.
Oh, okay. All right, so this is my last question. I want to let you go because I don't want to hold you up. What advice would you give someone about following their dream and their goal?
My dream is me. mini, but it's, I'm not saying that this mini dreamy for
Okay.
my
And
life.
what advice would you give someone to follow their dreams? You study hard. You have to sacrifice. You have to stay focused. What,
Business. I follow my dream my business and work. Work. I'm good for my all wishes for all everything to need for myself, my family. I help my family also. Maybe there's my cousin like my relatives. So that's my dream.
well, Joy, do you have a Facebook where my friends can find you if they want to contact you on Facebook?
Cell number I gave over the cell number.
Okay. What is it?
Here inside me.
You don't want to put it on. You don't want to give it on the internet.
No, not saying no.
Because a lot of you be calling her.
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, Joy, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to give you a call in regards. You can see the video. It'll be on tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anything else you want to say to my foreigner friends?
Yes, I am good. Yes, of course. Yes.
She's good. Okay. Okay, Joy, thank you very much. Okay, and I'll be right back. Well, that was a little cute interview. You know, let me add a couple more things about that interview and tell you how it actually came about. It came about when I walked into 7-Eleven. You know, when I walk in, I say, hello, girlfriend, to the girls behind the counter. They say, hello, sir. And then as I pass by people, I say, you know, my hapon. You know, because in the afternoon, hello, there's a table full of students. I say hello to them. And they also said hello back. So when I walked down the aisle, you know, this one, you know, I said my hapon, this one girl, and she said, my back, and she said, where are you from? And whenever someone takes an interest in me like that, I am flabbergasted. You know, it's like, wow, you want to know where I'm from? You know, just like that. And that kind of gave me an idea that she's a talker and someone who I probably can have a conversation with. So I asked her, I said, look, I'm a blogger and I'm coming here to do interviews. Can I interview you? And she said, okay. And so that's how the interview came about. Now, after the interview was over, you know, she went to the store and what have you, and you know, I was relaxed because I was prepared to, you know, to probably switch locations or look for someone else. But then she came back out again, and she sat back down, and we started talking. And I wanted to do a part 2 on her because I got a lot more information from her. You know, I got information from her because I'm always interested where they learned the English language from. Because often the time when they speak good English, it's either call center or something like that. So I asked her, so I said, where'd you learn your English from? And she said she learned it from reading the dictionary, encyclopedia, a word I haven't heard in many, many years, encyclopedia. And she's taught herself 3 languages. And I was like, wow. I mean, you're talking about someone hungry for knowledge or someone who is really in search of wanting to make themselves better. So I was very fortunate to really stumble across her. And hopefully, you know, I invited her to come over. You know, I talked about Mia. I showed her she visit my YouTube channel and what have you. So, you know, I said I hope we can become friends. You know, one of those type of things. So anyway, but what I want to talk to you about, woo, I thought I had a table there. What I wanted to talk to you about is because I'm on the cusp of having a child. And, you know, I'm kind of like, well, how am I supposed to feel? You know, she's having my baby. What a lovely way to say how much you love me. You know, I mean, but you know what? I was watching my very first video because she wanted to visit my YouTube channel. Joy did. So the first video that she logged onto was the first one I made when I started Filipino Soul. Um, Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. And it said right there, it says, I come to the Philippines for three things. I come to the Philippines to have my teeth fixed, to get my eyeglasses, and to have a baby. And I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So I've really been on course, to achieve the things that I wanted to achieve. And all of those three things, I have achieved. So, but I'm thinking, as a new father to be, I think about my other two daughters. How my first daughter was truly a maybe baby. We didn't know who she was. I mean, who the father was because of what we were into at that time. And I even denied her at first until after I really took a second look like that, removing my glasses, and I started seeing my mother's cheekbones, my mother's forehead, my mother's lips. And so I claimed it. And I told Diana, God chose you to be the mother of my kids. I want two. I don't want a single child. And as much as she put up a resistance to that, she ended up getting pregnant because I knew that I stood a better chance at least having one of the two, to be mine because of the way and how she was conceived. I always felt that she was going to take them away from me. Or take the one child away from me, which ultimately she did. And so I even thought I wanted to be a single parent to the both of them and having her removed from the equation. I'm not going to go no further than that. But then, you know, um, I try to think back or I'm trying to think of the joy, that I'm supposed to be feeling, bringing this life and into this world, and as wonderful how it is supposed to be, it's also scary. It's also scary knowing the world that it's going to be born into. You know, it's also scary knowing that the benefits that my child will have. It's scary to think that they may not fully be taken advantage of after I'm gone. Because that's one thing. I was talking to someone yesterday, and we are talking about the Filipino woman and like that and whatever, and I explained to him just that all the government benefits, all the programs that that child is eligible for, even my adopting hers, you know uh, but thinking that she would you know how to maneuver through the system to make sure that it gets all the full benefits that it is entitled to. And not knowing the system and not knowing that there is a system, the likelihood of it receiving everything what it's supposed to receive may not be there. So, it's up to me to kind of, as long as I'm here, as long as I'm in that child's life, to try to make sure to set up, you know, safety parameters around it, even if I have someone surrogate to step inside, to make sure that that child fully has all the benefit that it has, and and Mia, although she's 4 months, she's starting to show whatever, and she uh, uh, we have a driver drives and she gets off at 5 o'clock and she might have to take Mia somewhere or whatever. And it's scary knowing that she's riding around on a scooter with three girls, taking care of business, of course, but four counting a baby, that it's, I don't want to say don't. You can't be jumping on bikes. You can't be just running up and down the road anymore. You're pregnant, so but then I have to sit back and resign myself and say, look, this is the Philippines. They're used to this. I mean, they've done it their whole life. This is their culture. They have no problem, riding down, on the highway with three people and a child 2 or 3 years old standing on the seat, like this, being wind blown, holding on to him while he's on the scooter. It's natural. And sometimes it's scary. Uh, of course, I wouldn't want anything to happen, but accidents do happen, and so I think about that a lot. Of her moving around, because that was the idea of us having extra helpers so that she wouldn't have to do a lot of things that she should not have to do because she has helpers. So anyway, so I'm thinking about, like, what am I supposed to be feeling? You know, shouldn't I be happier? You know, shouldn't I be excited? You know, you know, you know. Am I void of that emotion of knowing that I'm bringing life into this world? Uh, yeah. And it's and then I think about once it's born, how it's going to be raised. You know, I mean, I have my ideas of when my daughters were infants and how I was involved in the raising of them. You know, and it's just a lot of things that I don't want to say is going to clash, but a lot of things that I'm going to be that helicopter parent. I guess is the best way to say it. Because I want to make sure that and I'm not saying all the influence is the right influence or the best influence and all that. There is, because me and family is wonderful. I have to say that, and I look at their children and think that how happy they are, you know, and one might look from the States and say how happy they are with less, you know, and you know um, I think about that, so. Anyway, I wanted to share that because I wanted to let you know how what's really going on with me. You know, as far as me having my child. We're supposed to find out the gender soon. You know, it's almost like it's not important to her. It's like as far as Filipino is concerned, it's a baby. It's a baby. You know, so anyway, so yeah, so Alex and I have we gone on a road trip. I think, um, you know, uh, unless I do something with the mic situation, maybe I have to get a mic with a wire on it and stay connected to the phone, and so this way there's no interference or any bad feedbacks. I think maybe that's what needs to be done. As far as improving on Alex's you know photography skills, it's I'm grateful for it. It's, you can tell by the video how sometimes how I kind of chastise him on if you got that or you didn't get that or whatever, get that. So it is what it is. Like I said, I can truly never be disappointed because I'm happy to have someone to be able to document some of the things for me. I'm doing this video now. Right now, it's like about 6 o'clock in the evening, and I'm changing the times that I do videos because I usually do them in the G hours of the night. But now that I leave house here at like 5:30 in the morning to go play tennis, I'm not gonna have that time to post them. So I figure I'll post them now. I'll get the video out the way and done. and this might be better for me because this way, you know, you know, uh, by the time I got into the tennis court, like around 8 o'clock or something like, there's no players or it's too hot like this. So going back to the old schedule when I used to do in Getty, going to tennis courts at 6 a.m. I'm able to play 2 games now instead of just one, and it's good. It's good seeing a lot of the players that I played with before, So and them hearing them saying, "Wow, you get that? Wow, you hit it hard." I said, "Really? Good. At least someone can see the improvement in your boy." You know what I'm saying? So it's always fun. So it's good. So so I'm getting up early now and I'm doing the video now, so this will get it out the way. All right, so I'm gonna stop right here. You're watching Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans of winning action. Never disrespect the elderly, always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge of life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ollie Woodson, former lead singer of Temptation One song, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king and never say no. The reason I'm smiling, because see, a lot of stuff going on in my head. I was talking to this brother, and we were talking about the fight coming up, the one coming up on the 28th with Tyson Fury and the African brother's name, or from Cameroon, Cameroon fighter. I can't pronounce his name, but we started talking about the Filipina, and I started telling him, he wanted me to give him some advice, and of course, my advice is very pat. If you want to get a Filipino girl and you want to make her your wife for the rest of your life or something like this, my guidelines were that she could not have more than 2 children, none of the oldest one older than 10. That gives you a chance to get in their bond. Um, you know, uh, uh, I tell them to just let them know you do everything that they want. You give them everything they want. You give them a home or whatever. And the reason why you want them to have kids is because, like I told them, the children are like anchors, like anchor babies. In other words, she's not going too far without her kids. So you can say it keeps her home or whatever it is, but it also keeps her, something to do, and she doesn't have to depend on you to, entertain her all the time or take her out all the time or whatever because she has kids. So and I told them just let them know you give them what they want, and you just want one thing from them, and that's never say no. You know what I'm saying? You want her there when you want her there, and I explained to them no 3 days should pass without tapping that ass. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not getting it every day, every other day, that's my rule. That's my belief. You know what I'm saying? Because the easiest thing for a woman to do is give you herself physically. You gotta understand that, and it's you didn't come here for her to be your partner. You didn't come here for her, to bring something to the table. You don't you bring up you didn't you're not getting here to Filipina and have her, be partners with it, go on business or whatever, or you think jump into your business. It's wonderful if you do have one that has that kind of intellect under the cap, but for a lot of you, who are online, just grabbing by based upon how they look, you know what I'm saying? And it's that's how it is. I have one girlfriend, and it was funny because she had a post saying that somebody, she's so happy because her father gave her all this money and all this stuff like this, and I even went as far to say, look, if you want someplace to put your money, I'll hold it for you, and go ahead like this, whatever you want, you can have it. But at least this way you don't have it in your hands. But then, she called me and said, Gerard, can I borrow money from you? I said, well, you can borrow money from me. I said, aren't you? Then someone just send you a lot of money. She said, oh no, that's fake. Someone stole my ID, stole my Facebook like that. No. So she said she wanted to borrow 3,000. You want to borrow 3,000 pesos? She said, I'll pay you back Wednesday. I said, you pay me back Wednesday? Today's Tuesday. You gonna pay me back tomorrow? I was like, wait a minute, time out. Why ain't you gonna borrow money for one day? Why don't you just wait one day, get your money, and do what you got to do? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times it's not about thinking it all the way through. Sometimes it's just throwing out there hoping it sticks. And that's a perfect example. And once I said, well, why don't you just wait till tomorrow and get your money? She said, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. I said, why are you stressing people out asking to borrow money for one day? I said, come on, that don't make no sense. You know, someone told me a long time ago that if a Filipino asks to borrow money from you, they don't respect you. You know, so that's something you need to think about. You know, I don't lend money. You know, if I give a Filipino money or Filipino money is here, just like a tennis court, say, yo, can I borrow 100 pesos from you? I'm hungry. Like I said, no, you can't borrow nothing from me. But I give you 100 pesos. You take it, go eat, go do what you want to do, and done deal. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't no sense you ducking and dodging me, which you're not going to do for 100 pesos. You're the one right in front of me, look at me like, oh, you know what? One of those type of things. But anyway, okay. So I just want to throw that in there, and I'll talk to you later. Remember, I always love you more, love you more, love you more. And yes, yes, I'm having a baby. Wow, wow, yeah, 69.